What's going on, guys? It's been a while. Today's video, I'm basically just going to be going over this year as a whole in terms of SG and the amount of grinded, the records I've set, and history I've made. So I came back, I returned to the game after 3 to 4 years back in December 2024, late December. And the reason I came back is because I don't know, I hadn't played the game in so long, and I was like, you know what, let's give this a shot. So I log in, and yeah, I just started playing. And I kid you not, a few games in, it didn't even take me a few games, guys, I start getting sniped. Like, amazing. After not playing for so long, everyone's so excited. They're ecstatic, as a matter of fact, that I'm back. So they get an alt, and they're like, you know what? Let's go say I had an iiiElf on our alt. So that's what happened. So December ends. I'm like, you know what? This game's pretty fun. I'm going to start grinding it like I did back in the day. You know? January starts. I meet a good friend who's still a good friend of mine, DuoRyuga. And I met a few other people as well. I meet Drycan, Laser Knife, XQ, and those are people that stick out to me for January. Yeah, for January for sure. In January, my good friend DuoRyuga got 3,000 wins, and XQ ended with 2,000. I remember at the time I was like 4th in the world after not playing for 3 to 4 years, which was a shocker to me. But I mean, when I left the game early 2021, I was 1st, so it took a little bit of time. But I can recall being in 4th, and right behind me was XQ, like 500 wins behind me. So I was like, I don't know, man, I don't really want to give up my spot. I kind of want to keep playing. I mean, the game was fun, so I just continued. So yeah, DuoRyuga got 3,000, which was, I mean, it shocked a lot of people. A lot of people didn't think that would be possible by a new gen, but he really proved himself that month, and he did really well. And then we got February 2025. In February, XQ wins the month with 1,342 wins, and I am 2nd with 1,148. So basically what happened this month was, in the beginning I was like, you know what, I'm working, right? I work a full-time job, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this leaderboard thing, you know? And the XQ kid was literally like 50 wins behind me at this point. So I was like really thinking about giving up. And then I realized, like, Hive's fun. The only thing on Hive, actually, to me, is grinding. Like, if I'm not grinding a game, especially SG, where I really love the game, it's just, why am I even playing it, you know? I don't know. I guess it's just, I'm goal-oriented. So, about halfway through the month, around the 15th, I start grinding like crazy after not playing the entire month, first 2 weeks. And I end the month, like, 200 wins behind him, which, you know, was playing a whole lot for those last 2 weeks. And then March was the month I met a lot of people. This was a month I got 3,273, which was the highest amount of wins I got in a single month this year. Basically, this month I met Case, K45, with a bunch of numbers following, Drycan, iiiSoph, Gabonakis, Ol Sol, Moisus, Logan. I mean, you name it, those were like close friends of mine at the time. You know what I mean? So basically, yeah, I mean, I had a server with all those people, and they'd help me throughout the month. I was playing a whole lot despite working full-time because I really enjoyed the game, especially with the new group of friends that I just made. So I wanted the month to count, and it did. So I'm very happy about that. Next, we have April. So in April, my good friend DuoRyuga has continued to grind. Of course, he's pushing through all time, and he was my main duo at this point. as well as March. But in April, he stands out in second place. But yeah, in April, after getting that 3.2K, I get 2,625. So I was very consistent. Not as consistent I was in March, but I still put up a big number despite working. But yeah, that was a very solid month for me, I'd say. And then things turn around in May, unfortunately. There's a really big story behind this. So at the beginning of May, I was banned for a month, the entire month, so I wasn't able to play. Unfortunately, I know it was devastating. My friend as well, Moisus, was banned for 2 weeks. And around this time, Noah Nacho 27, who's a YouTuber, wanted to get first place on the leaderboard for that month. And the last 2 weeks, Moisus is unbanned, right? So he still has 2 weeks left. And the group of friends I'd mentioned earlier and myself all joined in, and we basically helped him get number 1. And we pulled it off in 2 weeks. Imagine that, guys. In less than 2 weeks, you take someone who has, let's say, 1,000 wins behind first, and then out of thin air, they're first at the last day. Could you imagine No Nacho's struggle and determination just turning into nothing at the end of the month? It's got to be devastating, I know. But he fought hard, and that's what matters. And shout out to Moises for pushing through despite the 2 weeks he couldn't play. Oh well. And then in June, I'm unbanned. In June, at the beginning of the month, I was on vacation, so I wasn't really able to play. And someone I had met, iiiElf, who was a friend for a few weeks of that month. There's a story behind that, I'll get to that. But DuoRyuga and I were both helping him try to get number 1, because he was going to be leaving the game for quite some time afterwards. So we were basically just playing with him every day, blah, blah, blah. And towards like the last week of the month, unfortunately, he made the mistake of snaking DuoRyuga and I out to a friend of his. So we just lost trust in him, and we didn't really want to, associate ourselves with him. But yeah, basically, after we stopped helping iiiElf, he was unable to secure that first. So I ended up getting first place thanks to my good friend DuoRyuga. It was a very competitive month. I made a video about that previously. And then we have July. Ooh, fancy. So July was a very controversial month, probably the most controversial month of the entire year. Middle of the summer. So everyone's out of school. They're just on the game, grinding away, right? We have Jack and Mac in first place, 3,333 wins. Most amount of wins this year so far. And then there's me in second place, 2,656. So you might ask yourself, Elf, what happened? It's the summer. Do you have free time? Why didn't you get first place? So I'm good friends with Jack now, but there was rumors at the time of him account sharing. I don't know if those are true or not, but based on his statistics that month, it did not look like he was playing on his account. I'm going to be completely honest. He was pulling numbers that I've never seen him pull before. It's just basic pattern recognition. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was very controversial. There was a lot of sniping on both ends. And there was a lot of accusations of boosting, blah, blah, blah. That's behind us. But it was a very, very, very competitive month. There's a lot of people playing that month. So next we have August. Right. So in August, I end up winning with 2,195 wins, and then Jack's in second place. And so in August, I was around like 1,000 wins behind Jack and Mac on all time. And so I just continued pushing month after month after being unbanned in June. So I basically secure a steady lead in front of them that month. It wasn't really that competitive. I mean, I played casually, I would say. as you can see from the numbers. But it was a good month overall. And then last but not least, we have September, which was last month. And this was the most insane month of the entire year. And for two reasons. Both of my accounts were number 1 and 2 with over 3,000 wins each, which accumulates to 6,158 wins. And then we have Moises and Gabonakis with almost 2,000 wins, 1,900 plus. And then DuoRyuga with 1,685, which is absolutely outstanding. Definitely the most wins in a month this year by far in terms of top 10. Absolutely insane. But I wanted this month to be special because I knew it would be the last month I'd be grinding the game. So I called it the grand finale because, as you can see from these numbers, it really was. It was incredible. But yeah, I mean, I won't be really playing for the rest of the year. I had one goal in mind, and it was really, since returning, was to reclaim number 1. And after grinding for 9 months straight, consistently, playing with new people, getting to know new people to play with, going through a ban, you would think that there'd be no motivation after that, but I continued despite all that. And I met a lot of amazing people, I would say, made a lot of memories. And yeah, I made it after 9 months of grinding. So with a accumulation of around 19,000 wins in a single year, which is the most someone has ever put up in a single year. And by the way, I just want to make it clear, I only played 8 months out of the year. It is now October, and I did not play May. I'm not really playing this month, and I won't be playing the next 2 months. So yeah, 19,000 wins in 8 months. So that's not even an entire year, and I will have the record. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. It was an amazing year. I challenge, if you really enjoy the game to that extent, just understand that it will take up your entire life for that duration of time that you're grinding. You won't have, any of the extra free time that you choose to spend elsewhere will be in a survival game at some point during the day. So you really won't really be doing anything much outside of that. So it really depends on what you value. But yeah, it was a good year. I'm glad that I could make history for the short duration of time that I chose to play the game. And yeah, I hope this is a beacon of inspiration for others that set their heart to grinding the game in the future. Anyways, thanks for watching.